Welcome back. This live has been long awaited. I will be checking the super chat right here to this side. Let me try to find somewhere to put this drink. All right. So before we get into this, you already saw the name of the video, the best supplements to build. We are going to talk about a few different areas that lead into that, and possibly some areas that may have you thinking a little bit differently before you invest money in certain areas for your build or whatever your fitness goals are. But let's cover some house cleaning issues first. First of all, there's no disrespect tolerated here. We are trying to be positive for everybody to build going toward their journey. So the moment I see a bunch of shenanigans going on in there, I'll try to find out how to get you up out of there. It's not to say I don't respect your freedom of speech, but this is just not the area for this. It's not the type of vibe I'm promoting. Another thing is super chat is right there. Perhaps if I get long-winded in the information, I don't see that going on. Super chat will allow you to put a sticker or a flag there. Definitely will get my attention, and I'll go ahead and tend right to your question amongst all the others, but in priority. With that being said, thank you for supporting the channel. Subscribe, like, comment, and share, and definitely get involved in the community all the time. The feedback is always welcome. So I am not your personal trainer. I am a certified personal trainer. And if you do want my online coaching or my personal training skills to help you get to your journey, you can go to www.thatguyhealth.com. You can reach out to me on Instagram at thatguyhealth, thatguyhealth everything, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. All right. And leading into that, if you are trying to be self-guided, I definitely applaud you. Self-guided is a good thing, although sometimes it can be a bit hard if you don't have certain knowledge that will lend you to go a lot further than you may be handicapping yourself to. So one tool that I can hand you that will definitely help you get a landscape of where you are so that you can build better is this company right here, DexaFit. And no, this is not a paid promotion. I literally use them. I just went today to get my scan. I get a DEXA scan 3 times going into the season at the top of prep, right when I start cut, and then 4 weeks out from shows, so I can see where my body composition is. DEXA scan is the ultimate way in order for you to know your lean to body fat mass indexes and all of that other stuff, your percentages, where fat lies. It's literally going to give you information showing you the internals of your body, visceral fat. It's going to give you pages and pages of information to help you understand where you are, like this. Okay. Getting a 3D body scan is not the same as getting a DEXA scan. DEXA scans are very in-depth and detailed. And if you are trying to be self-guided, and even my clients, I have them get these just so I can manipulate their body compositions a lot better, more efficiently. The company that I use is DexaFit Atlanta. There are several DexaFits around the nation. Reach out to one. Maureen is here in Atlanta. She's an ultimate source. She's an awesome person. Her, Noel, the team over there, great. Okay, so that is where you can get some information to help you be a little bit better in your nutrition, in your training goals, if you're self-guided, or if you're a trainer and you haven't been utilizing that. Definitely utilize that. So getting into the subs, all right, we're going to talk about this. Now, I have a box here. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I spend quite a bit of money on supplements, especially when I start getting into my prep, getting into my cut. But routinely, I order supplements routinely every month. I even have a storage shelf in my unfinished basement portion where supplements sit, proteins, creatines, all the supplements sit. And as I use them and pull from them, I will reorder. Okay. And I do that because I don't want to have a situation where I have to break my regimen and then lose a day. And I know it's something that some people might be like, oh, it's not that bad. But when you're building natural, every little bit counts. Okay. So I figured while I had this box, why don't I open up the shipment with you, show you what I ordered, talk a little bit about why I ordered, and then go into some of the supplements that are best to build, because there are a lot of supplements that people order and they're really not helping you. They're really not doing what you think they're doing. And it's sad to say, even some of the best elite companies, their marketing is geared in a little bit of a manipulative way to make you think that the supplement is really doing this when it's actually doing something else that might segue into that. All right. So we're going to cover that too, because I want you all to have valid information so that you can spend your money in areas where it's really going to matter. because when you start spending money on supplements and then you don't see the results, you get a little bit, you get unmotivated. You're not motivated by that. And then that might tend to lose you in this fitness battle. And that's something that I want to ward off. I want you to know what you're using and why you're using this. All right. So let's get to cracking open this box. All right. I just literally finished working out. I wasn't going to do this live because I've had so many problems and I have movie night tonight. Branched chain aminos. If you're wondering about any of the core nutritional products, the link below, Shopping Supps, will give you a discount off. And if it's on sale, it'll give you a bigger discount off. So yeah, don't need to see how much I spend on this order, but on average, I spend anywhere from $100 to $300 a month, depending on how my re-up goes. So in here right now, we have, boom, branched chain amino acids, sweet tea. I love sweet tea. I haven't been able to, I'm not going to say I haven't been able to. I haven't drank sweet tea in years because of, I don't like to drink my calories, my carbs, my sugars through liquids. I like to go ahead and just use water and get majority of my macros through food, okay? Because chewables really matter, especially when you're in cut. So with that being said, branched chain amino acids and flavors that are very good and palatable is an awesome thing to help you ward off sometimes those sweet tooths, or sometimes missing the fact of not drinking sodas and juice drinks, something more beneficial to your health. And of course, branched chain aminos have a very significant input in your fitness goals. So we're going to put that one right here. All right. The next thing that's in here, and sometime I forget what I order. Oh, this is the newest flavor that just came out by Core Nutritional. This is mixed berry. I have not had this one yet. And for the record, this is the next flavor that is going to be on the branched chain amino acid in the playlist on the channel. I'm going to taste all of their flavors and let you know how they taste. So that way, when you order, you don't get a flavor that might be a little bit more challenging, because all the flavors are decent. Some are a lot better. Pina colada, I'm telling you, I'm going to give my review on that one. It's up there. But you definitely want to know which ones to start with on your first order. That way you get one that you can tolerate through the entire time of, because as you see, this is a pretty big container and it's going to last you a little while. And nothing sucks worse than tasting something every workout session that tastes like ass. More than likely, you're willing to give it away or throw it away, and that's throwing money away. And I don't want you to do either. The next thing that's in this box, are the core balls. And let's not have any funny balls jokes. Yes, core balls. Why Core Nutritional decided to go with core balls is, I think, has something to do with the sense of humor over there at that company. But yes, core balls. Now, recently or earlier this month, I still have the peanut butter chocolate chip, and I have the fruity cereal. I ordered the fruity cereal because I hadn't ordered the fruity cereal protein, because I mix my protein with coffee. So fruity cereal protein with coffee, yeah, not such a great flavor, I'm thinking. So I ordered the core balls. Therefore, after tasting the core balls, I'm not so sold on the Fruity Pebbles, but I will be doing a full out review on the protein. So core balls. This is not really going to be part of this video, although this is a great snack to have. The macros are good. I can even have this right now as I'm in cut and it doesn't damage my macros. That's awesome. Although you don't get as much chewable, which is very important when you're cut. So we're just going to put this one off to the side. So getting into this conversation about the best supplements to help you build. First of all, do you even need supplements? Supplements in itself should tell you what these are for. These are to plug into gaps, to supplement areas that you may be deficient in, to help you get over that hump. So, of course, the main three areas that we are looking into is proteins, carbs, and fats. Those are the main areas that we manipulate. And most of the time, you're manipulating those areas will therefore translate through the rest of the other macronutrients in the list. And also, macros impact your calories. Okay. I hate when I hear somebody say counting macros is stupid. Well, if you're counting calories, then efficiently you're kind of counting macros, except you're just doing it blindly. You want to fill your caloric value with macros that would lead you to going a certain direction. So that leads me to saying this. Do you need supplements? Have you logged one complete day of eating to see where your macros are in reference or in guidance to where you're trying to go? Are you in a deficit? Are you in a surplus? What are you doing? And therefore, determining what you're doing should therefore translate into how you're going to eat daily to achieve that goal. So if you're in a deficit, chances are, depending on how deep of a deficit and what you're building for, you may not need supplements. All right. You may not need a bunch of supplements. You might take a multivitamin, of fish oil, something like that, to go ahead and get potassium, magnesium, things like that in, the iron, especially with women having a monthly iron could be a very important supplement for them there. So things like that. So when we talk about vitamins, that's kind of like, to me, in an area that's like almost like, hey, let's do it. Unless if you're still getting all the levels you need, then you might not even need those. And that's just the true case. You only need supplements for areas that you're lacking in, or areas that you need to overcompensate in because of the pressure or the work that you're putting into the muscle and the recovery that you're going to need in order to recover for the next workout session. Okay. So if you don't need supplements, or if you don't know this information, if you haven't checked your macros, if you haven't logged your meals to see where your levels are, don't just run out and buy a bunch of supplements. I understand that you want to try to dive head first, especially if you haven't been healthy, you haven't been working out, and all of a sudden you get bit by the workout bug and you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to go in. And a lot of people do this. They do what I call feel good buys. It makes you feel good to buy something that is in the area that you're trying to exploit. All right. You're trying to be healthy. So you buy a bunch of supplements. Now you feel like you're totally invested, but you're really not invested yet. You did a feel good buy. It made you feel good to buy this because you could talk about it. You feel good about it. You feel like you're doing something, but you haven't done anything yet. The real work comes when you start eating accordingly, when you start working out frequently. That's when the real work comes. Not when you just buy these feel good buys and buy equipment that you're never going to use after 30 days and it just sits and collects dust. All right. So with that being said, just be sure you need them. So outside of that, let's get into the fact, if you do, or the situation, not fact, the situation, if you do need supplements. What are the main supplements that you should buy, that I have bought, that I believe work the best, hands down, proven? Okay. And there's only three to me. The big three. The big three supplements that hands down, clinically proven, proven throughout the industry, proven throughout time, have always worked and lended people to have better gains. And the first one is, as I already talked about here, branched chain amino acids. Now I know, and I have a video coming out that is going to fully go into the breakdown of EAAs and BCAAs, branched chain amino acids and essential amino acids. I understand that there's a big marketing controversy out there that one's better than the other. But that video will go into showing you a little bit different perspective on maybe think twice about getting caught up in this marketing bullshit. All right. But branched chain amino acids are one key thing that are going to help you with your gains, especially if you're trying to have muscle hypertrophy. Okay. Because there are going to be 3 amino acids in here that the body cannot make on its own, and an amino acid in here that is definitely attributed to muscle gain. All right. So one of those amino acids that are attributed to muscle gain is leucine. And this is what they mean when they say a 2-to-1 branched chain amino acid ratio. Now, don't get caught up sometimes in the 2-to-1, because 2-to-1 is like the standard. 2-to-1 is what people usually talk about. Like, if it's not 2-to-1, it's nothing. 4-to-1 is like boom. But 2-to-1 could be something crappy as having 1 and then 0.5. That's a 2-to-1. But having 1 gram of leucine really ain't shit. Okay. So that's what that is. So right here with a branched chain amino acid, we're talking about core. They have 5, 2.5, 2.5. So you're going to have 5 grams of leucine, 2.5 of isoleucine, and valine. All right. These are the 3 main amino acids that you will see constructed in a lot of research, a lot of data, a lot of scientific experiments when it comes to trying to see what the values are that people will get from this. Those 3. So if you go over to EAAs, I guarantee you that you're going to see something very familiar that's in a BCAA and an EAA. I'm just going to give you a little tip right there. But branched chain amino acids, and why. Let's get into why branched chain amino acids are one of the key components of you building and becoming stronger. This is something that also is going to stimulate mTORC1. All right. Goes into a long name. Let's just call it mTORC1. What that signal is to trigger MPS, which is muscle protein synthesis. Muscle protein synthesis is the process that is going to help rebuild and make the muscle stronger after you tear it down and working out. So if you can get the body to be in a state to repair your muscle faster, decrease soreness, therefore you can push a lot harder and stronger and longer in the gym to get better gains. This is what I mean by things translating and correlating into other values. Don't buy supplements thinking it's some magic pill. And if I buy it and take it, this is what's going to happen. Usually there's a process that's going to go into another process. It's going to go into another process that's going to give you or lend you to be able to tap into that result. Branched chain amino acids are one of the most key proven supplements that are definitely going to be a part of your regimen that are going to work. All right. So right there, branched chain amino acid, there's one of the big three. The next one is going to be creatine. Creatine. I don't give a damn what you say. I take a monohydrate. And like I said, if you want any of these supplements, you can go down below in the link and hit that or copy and paste it, and it's going to give you a discount. Okay. Creatine monohydrate is proven. All right. And now I know there's a lot of bad, air around creatine because of a case that happened and maybe several other cases that happened. So what I will say is this: as a trainer, and like I said before, all of this information is for educational purposes only. I'm not your personal trainer. I'm not telling you to go out and buy any of this and take any of this. I'm purely giving you information off my experience, off my knowledge, off my own research, and off what I've seen in myself, especially after getting a DEXA scan and comparing my data from last season to this season, having less lean mass loss, which is very important going into show. Okay. So creatine, why creatine? First of all, I'm going to say next of all, second of all, third of all, I'm going to say drink and stay hydrated. Water is very important when taking any of these supplements of the body processing and going through your system. You need to drink and stay hydrated. I drink at least anywhere from 120 to 180 ounces of water per day, sometimes more, just naturally taking in water, some infused with branched chain amino acids. Okay. So creatine is going to do a couple of things. All right. I know a lot of people say, yo, I want creatine because it's gonna pump my muscle up. It's gonna make the muscle bigger. That's not entirely the way it works. Okay. So, like I said, a process that goes into another process that's going to lend you to have the benefits of getting to your goals. What creatine is going to do is help the stimulation or the creation of ATP. Okay. ATP is something that your muscles exhaust, especially under high intensity work that causes fatigue, and then the muscle starts failing. Well, if you can increase the amount of storage of ATP or the regeneration of ATP, therefore allowing you to go and have better muscle endurance in training, therefore you can train harder and longer, well, therefore it should equate to better gains. Okay. Now you do have to have a saturation phase of creatine for it to completely get into your system. Some people like to do what they call a front load, which means they take double the amount to try to front load it and get the body saturated. I don't do that. What I do is just take the recommended one scoop. After 30 days, I'm pretty sure my body is fully saturated. And after that, I just routinely take a scoop every day. I stay fully saturated to get the benefits of creatine monohydrate. All right. I typically go ahead and take this in the morning. So creatine, proven, another part of the big three. So there is 2 out of the 3. The next one right here is going to be a good ass protein. And I cannot stress that enough. A good ass protein. What do I mean by that? Well, I don't mean go to GNC and buy the bullshit in the bag. Some of you are doing that. Some of you going to GNC. I'm not mad at GNC. I take their multivitamin. I think they have a Hellified multivitamin. I take their fish oil. Fish oil is good. But as far as like buying a lot of the proteins out of there, nah, not so much. I'm not interested. Unless I want something like a dessert. I guess you got BSN, but I mean, shit's high in a lot of other shit too. And a lot of you are wasting your money in buying these mass gainer proteins. Stop buying this bullshit. Mass gainers are not what you want. You don't get as much as you want for your money. When you buy it, you have to look at how much of that shit you got to take. I'm pretty sure if you really sit down and look at it, get that through food, do a scoop or 2 of protein a day, and you're done. Okay. Get majority of your macronutrients and your calories through food. Don't waste your money on this big ass tub of mass gainer that you're going to probably finish in a week and have to go back, spend another $35. By the time you finish, you spent damn near $140 just in protein alone. No, buy quality proteins, okay, with good essential amino or amino acid makeups in them. Core Pro is one of those proteins. All right. Not only that, but it also has MTC in it. Okay, so that is something else that you want to look for. You'll see this protein has a full amino acid breakdown in it, an essential amino acid and a BCAA. There we go again. So how does it have essential amino acids and a branched chain amino acids in it? That's what I'm going to talk about in my video. That's why I say don't get caught up in the marketing bullshit, all right? But this Core Pro has a full makeup of amino acids in it, period. And it also goes ahead again and it has the arginine in it. And arginine is also important when it comes to getting mTOR to come off and translocate off the Golgi tendon and get into process so you can get that muscle protein synthesis, repairing the muscle, building the muscle, and training more frequently. Okay, so remember, again, here we go. A process that goes into a process is going to lend you to your goal. All of these, if you've heard, I've said the same thing at some point in time. It's going to lead to you being able to train longer, harder, recover faster, shorter amount of time so that you can train more. That's what you want. If you can't train more efficiently with having the muscle repaired and then tear it down to build it up, then you're just tearing down and you're never really building up. So you want a good supplement regimen or a good food protocol that's going to allow you to build and repair. Build and repair. That's really the name of the game. Build and repair. Okay. Now, creatine, another good attribute about the creatine is the fact that it also will give you, your body naturally makes creatine. Okay. But the levels might not be sufficient or over sufficient enough in a surplus for you to do what you're trying to do. So that's why I supplement the creatine. All right. Plus, I don't eat a lot of red meat. Okay, so creatine helps me supplement that. It helps me get over that hump and add some plus. So with the protein here, you're going to get 120 calories. You're going to get about 2 grams of carbohydrates. 2 grams of carbohydrates, and you're going to get 2 grams of total fat. Bam. That is what I'm talking about. And the protein is going to be 25 grams of protein per scoop. And their taste flavors are awesome. All right. Now I got the newest flavor, which is blueberry. I haven't tasted that one yet, but I will be doing a full review on all of the core nutritional proteins to give you my take on the taste. So therefore you could order one that definitely you'll like first instead of ordering one, because there's one that I really don't care for. I'm just gonna keep it real. There's one I don't care for, and I don't, unless you are that type of person, I don't want you to order it first and you be like, this shit sucks. But what I don't care for, not that it tastes bad, but the flavor's not for me. So there goes the big three. The big three right here. Branched chain amino acids, a good protein. Core Pro is an awesome protein, and a good monocreatine hydrate. A good creatine monohydrate. All right. Big three. Right there, without a doubt, these three alone will help you get gains along with a good nutritional balance, meal or caloric intake, and good training. Right there is all you need. Now we could get into some of these other supplements. All right, right here, like just for instance, Burn. Burn in itself is one of those products that have a tendency of being marketed in a manipulative way, because when you see it, you say burn, fat loss, and all of this good of shit. But you know what Core does? I like it because they keep integrity, not a little bit. They keep integrity. On here, they say energy, metabolism, lipolysis, and appetite. That's the key thing. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I pronounced that damn wrong right there. The last one, not the last one, the second to last one, but appetite. That's the key factor. And I know you're like, wait a minute, I want this shit to burn fat. What do I care about my appetite? Well, I'm just here to tell you. Majority fat burners, yes, they do aim to help with fat oxidation. They aim to, and they have, some of them have natural key components in there that are promoting or attempting to promote that process. But the main attribute of a fat burner is appetite suppression. Here we go again. A process of a process of a process that leads you into where you want to go. So if you have less desire to eat, you should be able, or they're hoping that you're able, to stick to a good deficit nutrition strategy. So if you don't feel like you have to eat all the time, you should be able to just stick to this deficit without feeling the urges and cravings of getting outside of that. Therefore, if you can stick to your deficit more consistently, you should go ahead and start losing weight or burning fat. Really, the process is less calories, burning through the carbs, pulling out the fat store cells. That's the way it works. I don't give a damn what keto says. They're not reprogramming shit. I said it a million times. The body works the way it wants to work. And I'm going to give you this clip note right now. The body works just like this. The first thing it's going to do, it always will look for carbohydrates. The body will always first and foremost look for carbohydrates. If you look at keto, what do? The branded diet keto, they reduce carbs and increase fats. Why do they increase fats? Because the body's second form of energy to look for in the absence or the lack of carbohydrates is fat. So they know they have to give you something in there for energy usage, because if they don't give you that fat in the most dire situation where the body's under stress and it's in a catabolic state, it's going to go toward protein. Well, what part of the body or fibers of the body are mainly made of protein? Your muscles. So now you have muscle degradation. You don't want that. You're going to tear your muscle down because your body's hungry. It doesn't give a damn about what your plans are. Your body has one significant role in life, and that is to survive and function outside of your goals and your plans. When I'm in cut, my body is already wondering, like, what the fuck is going on here, buddy? I want to eat. I want to reproduce. I want to do this, and I don't have enough energy. So you know what that means? Forget it. We can't reproduce. Cut that department down. You know what? Forget it. I don't have any more carbs. Let's pull out these fat store cells. And that's how you start getting the cut and ripped ab look. Okay. You got to have the proper nutrition. If you're in a surplus and you're trying to get abs and you don't see them yet, it's not because they're not there. It's because you got a layer of storage fat cells that sit on top of your abdominal muscles and you can't see them. You got to get in a deficit so the body can start pulling fat. And I'm going to tell you this other note. The body will pull from wherever it wants to. You can't spot fat loss. You can't say, hey, I wanted to pull from there. It's not going to do it. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so that's the majority of the problem that I have when it comes to women evaluating them when I tell them that they could lose their ass, they could lose their butt. And then they're like, oh, no, I can't afford to lose that. I can't afford to lose no butt. I can't afford to lose no butt. Then I guess I won't train. I'll just keep eating. And it's not sad to say, it's just a reality. I understand it. But women, chill. Don't panic, okay? You can compensate some of that roundness loss that you lost in fat. You can compensate with that hypertrophy and muscle gain. I'm telling you, it's possible. Done it. All right. So burn, fat loss or fat burn or any other way that they call them, it's a little bit manipulating the way they state it. But like I said, the main way that these things work are through appetite suppression. And yes, they do have key ingredients in there that are trying to increase or promote the whole fat oxidation process. Another one that I don't have up here would be a testosterone booster. And that's another one that sometimes is lightweight marketed in a manipulative way. Because you're thinking if I take this test booster, it should be boosting my testosterone out the roof. Now I'm going to have high tests. That's not true. It's not totally the way it works. Mainly what I get out of tests is if I'm already in a good space, especially with my nutrition. See, that's the thing. Having the nutrition, having your body already in a sensitive state to where these little key components will make monumental differences in that area. If you're eating jacked up and you're not barely training, these are not going to really help you. I don't give a damn what you do. It's like people wearing these damn waist trimmers for 2 years and you still got a gut. Something should have triggered by now to tell you that that shit is not all you need to do. It's not. Okay. Have I worn them? Yes. Do I wear them as I get closer to show? Yes. Why? Because I'm already down in low body fat percentage. I'm just trying to contour the waist that little bit more. And I know it's just that little bit more, but that's it. But if I was in a surplus, I don't wear them at all. I just wear my weight belt. Sometimes I wear my waist trimmer when I'm going into cut or prep just for a little bit of support, and I don't want to wear my weight belt. But to wear that thinking that you're going to get abs and burn that fat is totally bull crap. Most people, I'm going to tell you this, and you might be surprised, and some of you might not be surprised because you might already know this. Majority of your fat oxidized and expelled through your body does not come through your sweat. It comes through your breath. Just saying. Are you wearing a waist trimmer on your mouth? No. So think about that. All of these things that you want to buy in order to help you achieve gains, it's okay. I bought stuff too. But what I'm saying is, if you haven't already started with the basic building blocks, which is your current nutritional or your caloric intake. What is it? What are your goals and what should your caloric intake be? Structure it. Once you structure it, decide how you will work out in order to achieve your goals. Are you going to do majority strength and hypertrophy? Are you going to do strength and pliability? Are you going to do just mainly cardio and a little bit of HIIT? How are you going to train? Work on those areas first. And I'm here to tell you, and I'm here to help you. I've sent people out daily logs for free just to try to give you critiques and information on how to help you. If you need help, if you need an online coach, I have a fitness app. I have clients in Germany. I have clients in California. I have clients in the Carolinas. I have clients overseas. I can help you through that. www.thatguyhealth.com. Reach out to me on IG. I answer questions on the YouTube if you message me through IG. Another thing, get a trainer. If you are going to get a trainer, like myself, a personal trainer, find a trainer that looks like you want to go there. Sometimes I see people getting trainers because the trainer doesn't make them feel insecure. You do know your trainer can't do 2 or 5 pull-ups for shit, but they're telling you to do them. That's an issue. You employed a trainer who therefore has no idea about where you're really trying to go. You do know you employed a trainer for a competition and they never competed. That's asinine. Check the credibility of your trainers that you're going to employ. Just like these supplements, we too are a product. And if you are investing money in us as a product, we should be able to yield you certain results to make you feel that you have invested within a good term. Just saying, I'm just keeping it real. So with that being said, the big 3 are my recommendation. Take this one out of here. You really don't need it right now. Focus on your food, protein, branched chain amino acids, creatine, mainly hydrated. Stop taking in majority of your calories through liquids. Stop drinking the sodas. Stop drinking the juice drink. Stop drinking the alcohol, the beer. I don't give a damn what Bud Light and whatever any light out there says about all this carb stuff. They got these commercials, people working out, drinking beer after. Cut the shit out. Cut it out. This seltzer, cut it out. Drink water. If you have to, get you a branched chain amino acid that's a good flavor. Drink on that because you need something with flavor in it. There are other alternatives that probably are good too, but stop taking in majority of your calories through liquids. That will help first. Structure a good diet. Just don't feel like you're eating good. Map it down and log it and see if you're actually eating good. You got to see it. You can't just not see it. So anyway, listen, my daughter already came down here once. It is movie night with the family. I really am apologetic for the fact that we did not have a live last month. I try to do this once a month. We had technical issues. The new laptop died. I'm going to do better. I promise you. Don't forget to go to the channel, subscribe, like. I have a full workout playlist. If you want to just start working out for free and see how it goes for you, I have many videos on there that go from 15 to 20-minute long workouts. Pair that with eating better, and I'm pretty sure you see results. If you want to go past that, I'm here for you. With that being said, we're going to get ready to get out of here. You know what I say? Be safe. Let's build together, and peace.